Because of our continuous growth in the 80s, in the 90s, Australia came up with an idea of APEC, Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, because Australia, under Mr. Paul Keating, thought that it too wanted to be part of the growth trend of East Asia, of Southeast Asia. Soon after that, the European Union wanted to have some connectivity with us. So they came up with an idea called Asia-Europe Meeting, ASEAN. The first one, APEC, was 89. The second one was 96. And you know what happened in 1997? The financial crisis. We were all down. So the external architectures that we inspired became rather reluctant about us. They thought that was the end of ASEAN. That was probably the end of the idea of the Pacific century, Asian century. But by 2003, we were growing at a rate together higher than before the crisis. But that crisis, rather than disintegrate or diminish our aspiration for a stronger community in East Asia, that crisis emboldened us. And that's when the East Asian community idea came into fruition, when Prime Minister Mahathir, at the end of 1997, 6 months after the crisis struck in Bangkok, you know, it was called Tom Yam Goong crisis, because it first struck in Bangkok. In December, Prime Minister Mahathir invited the Prime Minister of Japan, of China, of Korea, President of Korea, over to Kuala Lumpur. That was when a sense of community was seen, that our fate was more connected, that our future was more intertwined than we realized. Because when it happened in Thailand, the next day it was Malaysia, the next day it was Indonesia, the next day it was the Philippines, the next week it was South Korea. We bounced back and continued to grow and continued to play what I call that role of being the fulcrum of power plays in the region. The fact that we are a collection of small and medium-sized countries, we welcome all and we threaten none, gave powers in the region, powers far away, interested in the region, room for comfort, accommodation, and a sense of confidence that they could come to us, to our meetings, to our forum and fora, to our corridors while we are meeting, with opportunities to articulate their own interests, to express their own desires and designs for the region, to protect and to promote their own interests. That's how ASEAN became the fulcrum of power plays of the region. But by the year 2003, 2004, 2005, after we had given these powers, whether it's the US, whether it's Australia, whether it's the EU, whether it's Canada, whether it's Russia, China, Japan, an extended period of accommodation within our own forum and fora, they became comfortable with each other. Peking and Delhi found out that they did not have to come through ASEAN anymore. They have their own direct connection. Tokyo and Seoul found out the same thing. So there's a sense of losing control within ASEAN. The competition between China and India, the rising powers of the East. The phrase we use is taking the oxygen out of Southeast Asia. Because of the attention, because of the interest, because of the investment were diverted into China, into India, Southeast Asia, ASEAN were left with a sense of insecurity. While we were insisting that for the past 3 decades, we served as the fulcrum of power play of the region. We served as the cornerstone of community building different architectures in the region. We were the central, playing the role of central mechanism. And we coined a phrase, we were in the driver's seat of anything going on in East Asia. The leaders realized that if we want to continue in that role, in that driver's seat, we need to revalidate our driver's license. And that's exactly this document. This document, for the first time, is going to give ASEAN its legal personality. For the first time, it's going to consolidate us as an organization. For the first time, it is going to be built as a community based on 3 pillars: political and security, economic integration, and socio-cultural. 3 pillars building our ASEAN community with the support, with the cooperation, with the collaboration of our dialogue partners worldwide. This document gave us that sense of hope, gave us that sense of confidence, gave us a roadmap into the future, that from now on we are building a community together. I have been going on around the world trying to impress upon our allies, our dialogue partners around the world, and all 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council are in this process called ASEAN. The US is here, China is here, Russia is here, France and the UK are here by virtue of the membership of the EU in our dialogue partnership. Plus Canada, plus Australia, plus India, plus New Zealand, world. The major powers of the world are very much excited about the prospect of ASEAN community. In fact, I can tell you that people outside of ASEAN are more excited about the future of ASEAN than the people of ASEAN themselves. That's a problem.